Alright, let's talk about Underworld Awakening, or Underworld 4, which came out in 2012 and was directed by two Swedish guys. Now, this one brings back Kate Beckinsale and takes place within a short time later after part 2. I don't know how many years later this is supposed to be, but she ends up in a coma and then wakes up 12 years later with a daughter and believes that Michael, played by Scott Speedman in part 1 and 2, is dead. And there's a war, not only between the vampires and the werewolves, but now also humans, because humans now are aware, again, that werewolves and vampires exist. Alright, let's start with the negatives first, things I didn't care for. First up, small thing, but was the new power they gave her. I don't remember her being Flash in the first two movies. But in this one, there's multiple sequences where she's over there and now she's like teleporting. Like, where does she get that power? How is she more powerful? Is it because she took that one dude's blood from part 2? I mean, they explain that she's able to walk in the sunlight now because of that guy's blood she took from part 2. Okay, but does that explain her being Flash now? Like, it's such a powerful thing they gave her, this new ability, and she's abusing it here and there, but then there's other moments where she should be using that power, but she's not. So it's just, I don't know, I don't like it. They should just get rid of it. Another little thing they throw in here that I just didn't really care for was the whole psychic link thing. The whole, like, I can see through the eyes of this person because we're related. It's like Michael Myers and, Jamie Lloyd all over again. It's like unexplained. Like, why is this happening? Because she's your daughter? And then, like, she can see what her daddy sees, but it's like, no one's ever said anything about this before. You're not the only vampire with a kid. There's all these other vampires that have kids. How come they don't have this ability? Is it just because of the hybrid thing? Like, they don't explain it. This movie depends a lot more on CGI rather than practical effects. The first two had CGI, and the first three, I guess I should say. This is the fourth one. They all had CGI, but the second one especially had a lot more practical stuff. Like the werewolves, there was a lot of close-ups of practical effects. And in this one, it's like 100% CGI werewolves and 100% like CGI blood. Like, there's hardly any practical effects. Speaking of CGI, I'm pretty sure that Scott Speedman in this movie is a CGI Scott Speedman when you see him at the beginning. And also, I don't like how quickly they get rid of the actor Wes Bentley, I believe is his name, the guy from P2. I saw him in this and I was like really excited. I was like, awesome, I like this actor. He's pretty cool. And then, oh, he's gone. Like, really? I thought he was going to be a much bigger character in the movie. But nope. Like, bye-bye. And they get rid of him in such a brutal way. So that just kind of bummed me out. And I felt a lot of the dialogue in this movie to just be very forced. It just was not that good. There's hardly any character development in this movie. It's just all about the action sequences and the way it's presented. I wish that there would have been more character moments between, like, Selene and her daughter. Like, we get one small scene between them talking about how her heart's broken, and like that's it. And it's a very short scene. There should have been a lot more, her being a mother to this kid. I just feel like the movie doesn't do that good of a job making you care about some of these new characters they're throwing in. They just don't really develop them that much. But getting into the few positives I got for this one is I like that they brought back Kate Beckinsale because she's sexy and a good actress. And, they brought back her sexy black leather outfit. And also, I like the addition of the giant lycan. I like that this movie has a twist that I didn't see coming. There's a little twist with this company called Antigen. There was a twist that I just did not see coming. I was like, oh, that's interesting. So I like that. And I like the third act. I thought it was pretty fun. The whole fight in the parking garage and the elevator, like all that stuff. It was actually pretty entertaining. very well shot. The whole movie has a bigger budget, slick look, good production value. As for all the other movies in this franchise, that's one great thing about this franchise is that they all really look good. They're all big budget studio films. This one's very quick paced and short. It's probably the shortest of them all. So, final thoughts. It's not a great movie, but it's mildly entertaining and super quick. It's basically more of the same, werewolves versus vampires, but this time you get a little hybrid and a huge lycan, just to change it up a little bit. And the action is good, but the character writing and the dialogue is subpar. So when it comes to Underworld Awakening, I'll give it 3 out of 5. So those are my quick thoughts on Underworld Awakening. What are your thoughts on this sequel? Let me know in the comments below. And as always, if you like what you've seen here, you can hit this like button and become a subscriber today just by clicking on my cartoon face in about 5 seconds. And remember, it's all an opinion. You don't need to get butthurt about it.